Today on Jeep Sheep TV, we're going to replace some rear window struts that have gone bad. No, 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 no!
Alright. This rubber seal. Don't forget this, you need these. Them in a star pattern.
Alright, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, the struts on my rear window no longer support it, and so they are bad, which is pretty inconvenient if you are trying to do anything in the back of the vehicle. So, if you're in this position, you might have to do what I do, put vice grips, lock it onto one of the struts, and voila, you're good to go. Alright, according to Amazon, these will fit this Jeep. Now this is a 1994 Jeep YJ, and this top may or may not be off of a YJ or a CJ7. I have an instruction manual, and I have shocks. According to the instruction manual, the only tool we're going to need today is a small flathead screwdriver. So, we'll find out if that really is true. If so, hooray. If not, I'll update the tool list in post and it will be listed right here. Yeah. The previous owner of this Jeep has replaced these gas struts once before, and you can tell this because this one here, and well, let's just look at the end there, has ends that look like this, and the one on the other side has ends that look like that. So we get to learn how to take off two different ends in this video today, which is good for you guys, kind of sucky for me. Now the other thing that you will notice is that my hardtop is breaking right here. I shouldn't be able to fit my finger in there. This is actually all supposed to be one piece. This is a plastic or a fiberglass, and it seems to have split on this side. So I'm actually going to have to modify this by running a bolt straight through. If you don't have this issue, you can skip this part of the video to when I put in the shocks, which will be at a time posted right here. Now you can also see that the other side is nice and flush right in here, and that's the way that it's supposed to be. This is not supposed to be broken like it is on the other side. How do I plan to fix this issue, you might ask? Well, there's two things I'm going to show you. The first one is if you walk over here, this channel in here, nothing of the window actually goes inside this channel. And so this is a good opportunity for me to put like a washer and a screw of some kind through this material into the other side. And you'll see on the other side we have a metal bracket, and so this is what I'm going to drill into and put a washer and a nut on this side as well. This is going to allow me to really cinch that up and keep this tight. Without doing so, you'll see all of the weight of my windows actually going on this piece of plastic right here, which is really not good. Alright, first thing you're really going to want to do before you drill it is you're going to want this to be in the position it's going to be in when you assemble the whole thing. So I grab myself a C-clamp, and I'm going to just go on here and C-clamp it into the position that I want. Ta-da! Alright, so now you're ready to drill your hole. So something you're going to want to keep in mind is as you're drilling a hole, it's for a 1/4 inch wide bolt, but you don't want to drill a 1/4 inch wide hole because it'll get stuck in there and you have to give yourself some wiggle room. You're not going to be perfect, right? Good practice, I usually choose a 32nd of an inch over the size of my bolt, and so that would be for a 1/4 inch bolt, that would be a 9/32 drill bit. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to line up your drill bit. I'm going to do it by sight because I don't have a better method. And make sure it's going to actually hit this plate. Otherwise, you're just drilling holes in your nice hardtop and making a real mess in your garage. You definitely want it to come in perpendicular to this plate because your nut is going to seat a lot better if you do. Okay, I've poked through the fiberglass into the steel. Now, something you're going to want to know about steel is it's a lot harder for the bit to go through, and so it makes a lot more sense for you to do it in steps. Start with a small drill bit and work your way up to the one you have. We're through. Once you're through, you can start increasing drill bit sizes. And we're through! Woohoo! Make sure that your bolt fits on through there with no issue. Comes out the other side. Looks pretty good. Alright, so there's my hole. Here's my bolt. And so you'll see that my hole got a little bit close to this sidewall and the bolt just barely fit in there, but I do not have to grind it, and actually this turned into a real advantage because now I don't need to throw a socket in there because that is not going to spin. So it's going to make this a lot easier to install as well as take apart in the future if I so need. Now I am going to put that washer on there, which we're going to have to grind down. You're going to want to pick the largest washer you can because this is not metal. This is a fairly brittle material. It's a fiberglass, and all of the stress in one location could be bad and it could fail and you could have this problem all over again. So you're going to want to pick the largest washer you can. Now I actually picked one that is too big for the hole. And the reason why I did that is because I have a grinder and I'm going to actually grind this down to be the width of the hole, but then also have the height that I so desire. Safety glasses and pliers come recommended with this operation. This little guy's going to get pretty hot and throw a lot of sparks. Alright, let's see how that does. That little guy seems to fit in there really well. So we're going to take it out and we're actually going to paint it, because if this really is a water channel, the likelihood of that little guy rusting is pretty high. So we're going to paint the end, and also it's just going to look a lot better once it's black. Alright, we are all painted and installed. Now we're going to use a lock nut right here. And this is a nylon lock nut. And what's good about this is under vibration, it's not going to come undone, which is pretty important for pieces that you want to stay together, especially if the other end is on the outside of the vehicle. It could fall off and be gone forever. We're just going to tighten this guy down. Oh yeah, that's pretty tight. Okay, now it should be safe to take off that C-clamp. Look at that, held in place, nice and rigid. Time for the main event. We're gonna go ahead and take these gas struts off. If you skipped ahead in the video, congratulations, you made it. If not, I hope you enjoyed some of the modifications that I was making. All right, so how this is gonna work is you've got yourself a little band right here. And a little metal band, and that little metal band goes like this around a ball nut on the inside here. And so it gives you a nice little slot, you can see. And you're going to take your little screwdriver, you're going to stick it in that slot, and I found you just go all the way, maybe turn it a little bit, and you're actually going to want to wedge your screwdriver in there. The instructions, that came with the shocks say to have someone hold the top up while you're doing this, because it will fall on your head once you take this off. That's a really good advice. They say it can weigh up to 200 pounds, which is talking more about the back end of a car, like that third door of a hatchback. In this case, it doesn't weigh 200 pounds, but it would leave a pretty good mark on your head. So now that your screwdriver's in there, lift up on the window and you can just pull straight out. Now we're going to repeat the same thing on this other side. Find the slot, get your screwdriver up in there, leave the screwdriver in there, and it should, oops, pop right up. I'm going to go ahead and take a steel wire brush to this because it's got some corrosion on it. It's a steel ball, so a steel wire brush is not going to hurt it. Alright, my new shocks from Lift Supports Depot came with this end here rotated 180 degrees from this end here. And for this application, they're going to need to be rotated 90 degrees. Fortunately, this just screws on, so you can go ahead and rotate it to wherever you need. Just try not to leave this too loose because that might give you some issues in the future. Installation is going to be the exact same thing as before, where you insert the screwdriver and instead of pulling off, you're going to pop it on. And that's it. Now on this other side, remember we have a different style, this ball right here. The instructions provided with these shocks actually show a style with a ball end, and they show a clip right here which needs to be removed. Now on these, there's a clip on that end, but there's not on that end. So how this end works here, I'm finding out, is you just pull it. And you're free. You can see here the little clip. That should just come out with a screwdriver, just like that. Now once the clip is out, it's actually a wire that goes through and you pull it out. So this went across that ball, keeping it in there. And then you should be able to just pop it out, just like that. The new shock, put it in, pull out the screwdriver, rotate the head, insert the screwdriver, lift the door till it seats, pull the screwdriver out. All right, just like that. Oh my goodness. Go. Just like that. Got yourself a set of powerful gas shocks. They're a little stiff to begin with. Oh yeah. But man, is that a huge improvement on before. Ta-da! If you like this video and you want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit subscribe below. And if you're really curious, hit that little bell next to it. That'll notify you when I make more videos. Stay tuned, I've got a lot that I'm doing to this Jeep, so keep watching videos, keep hitting like, keep adding comments. If there's something I did in here that's wrong, please tell me. I love hearing that stuff. In the meantime, I'll see you on the trail.
And I'm confident that she'll think so too. And she'll be coming back, coming back, coming back.